Hey, it's John and Mike from brew-juice.com. We're in the garage tonight again.
It's pretty balmy in here.
It's pretty balmy.
That's good.
This is the longest winter I think I can remember here in our part of the world. So
yeah,
bear with us. We're hanging in there. So we want to do something new. We love getting comments on the posts, seeing what people are saying. We love having the dialogue. So we thought, why not bring some of the comments out into a video post, and just you can see what we think of what you have said to us in the posts, and hopefully encourage even bigger dialogue in the future. So let's just dive right in. I pulled out of the one of the blog posts, one of your posts. You put a nice recipe up for a Mosaic Smash beer. You're going to give yourself try some smash brewing and dive into Mosaic hops. At the end of that post, you talked about wondering, hey, how blueberry are they? There's some interesting descriptors out there for a lot of these new hops, and one of the things Mosaic talks about is some blueberry characteristics. So Vinny writes that he has never tried Mosaic hops, but he had some beer from the Maine Beer Company. I can't remember the name of the beer, but that uses a lot of El Dorado hops.
Yeah.
And which I think we've profiled too, right?
We have, of course.
So, and he says that those El Dorado hops, at least in that beer, come across as very blueberry.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
What do I think? I think that from what I read on El Dorado, blueberry wasn't a descriptor of it, of those hops. It was stone fruits and pears, but that doesn't mean that beer doesn't taste like a bunch of blueberries, to be honest with you, you know? And I think that we've tasted beers side by side, and you say one thing and I say the other. I think everyone's palate's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's the beauty of it, right?
You try to pull out what you think it is, and it's hard to sometimes describe the flavors you're tasting. I read that and I'm like, well, I guess I have to do an El Dorado smash beer to see how that is. I mean, to be honest with you.
Bring on the smash beers.
Yeah, so I mean, you read the descriptors and it says that Mosaic has a notable blueberry flavor, and that's the main reason why I want to brew something like that, to see what that means and can I detect it, and is it notable to me. Now, El Dorado, we've tweeted out something like, what are the hops you want to use this year? And like, I'd say we got like 3 or 4 replies with El Dorado.
El Dorado.
Yes, so I'm going to find some El Dorado now. That's what I got out of that comment.
Awesome. Well, the interesting thing up here in the Northeast, so many breweries brew these blueberry beers.
Yeah.
If one of these hops really comes out with a strong blueberry, you can just see those beers being taken to a whole new level, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So, all right, so another post worthy talking about some comments is I gave an update on my bottle drag culturing attempt, which turned out to be a wild success for capturing mold. So in that post, I demonstrated that I tried to bottle up some dregs from the bottle.
Sure.
I probably let it go too long. I think the mold got the best of it. So Fred writes that he's got a friend that is a hardcore sour beer brewer, and he has always recommended to him to never bother culturing up stuff from a bottle, just because you never know what you're going to get. The balance might be off between yeast and bacteria, or whatever you're going to get. You just don't know. And he said that what he always does is he just recommends, White Labs and Wise have got great commercial blends to work with already. I agree with that wholeheartedly. In fact, I've never tried to culture yeast out of a bottle, whether it be from a Sierra Nevada or this thing or that thing. I'm a big believer in just buying a pure culture and working with that, because I can reliably deal with the yeast count and stuff like that. I do culturing of cells in my professional life, and I just not something I want to get into for my hobby. It was just an experiment. I had a bottle of sour beer and I said, hey, let me pour some wort in here and see what happens. And I screwed it up. So what's the point, really?
Lesson learned.
Yeah. Another guy on that blog post comments, Jeff writes, maybe you need to attenuate the starter wort by dropping the pH a little bit to kind of be more favorable for the environment that the blend, the dregs are in there. I don't know what they might be pretty delicate at that point. Maybe they need a more gentle yeast starter wort, but it's an interesting comment nonetheless. So, so the last one we're going to pull out is...
Why are we pulling out?
I don't know, because it's cold. So you wrote up a post about the grain mill. You purchased that grain mill, right? We talked about it in a couple other videos too. So the big question you had in there, one of the questions you leave behind is, Will I need to adjust my mill settings out of the box? How long will this mill last? Well, Jim Farrier says that in 2 years of running the exact same mill, he's never had to adjust the gap. What
Yeah.
do you think of that?
I don't think I'm going to adjust those gaps.
Mm-hmm.
I used it and it milled it fine. I'm going to have to do some calculations to find out if I have a better efficiency out of my mash tun. But other than that, it's
Yeah.
doing what I want to do. My thoughts about how long it'll last, I don't care at this point. I'm just going to use it until it doesn't mill grain anymore, and then I'll
Yeah.
buy a new one. But
Nice.
I'm hoping that's many, many years down the road.
Sweet.
I hope so.
So this is just a snapshot of some of the comments that you guys are leaving on the post. We love it. We love reading them. We like writing the posts. We love putting up the videos. Keep the comments coming. Keep your emails coming, the feedback coming. We love it. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for everything that you do to support us.
That's it.
That's it.
Thanks.
Brew on.
Brew on.